But then the little devil was like, girl, she was being rude. Don't give her shit. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I actually want to go over some sales that I've made so far for the first half of April. These sales are all going to be over $25. I have turned into a bins seller, so I do get a lot of bread and butters versus me finding, you know, items that are going to sell for a 50+ profit each time. So that's why this list is going to be a little small, okay? So I made a total of 52 sales on Poshmark, one being a bundle and also one being a consignment item, and I made a total of 26 on eBay, 10 on Mercari, and then 1 on Depop. So I'm going to be looking down because I want to check out my phone while I talk to you guys about some of these items. So I am also going to be drinking my coffee because I am tired. Like, I am so tired. I didn't drink any coffee this morning and I need my cup of joe. So let's get started. So we're going to start off with Poshmark first. These are just some 𝕍𝕀𝔻 pants. Got these at the bins, and as of late I've been having a lot of luck with 𝕍𝕀𝔻. I know that my sell-through rate is definitely not 100%. I want to say it's got to be like at a smooth 70%, which is still pretty good. So I pick it up and I try to be really particular about each piece, and this one kind of spoke to me just because it was like this jersey knit fabric, and then it had these really pretty palm trees over it. I listed this and it got immediate attention on eBay, so I thought that's where it was going to sell. The next one is a pair of 𝕬𝕋 trouser pants. I can honestly say that 𝕬𝕋 Fisher pants do so much better for me than her tops, her sweaters, her jackets. The pants are going to always be a given. These were in a like new condition. I got these at a regular thrift store and I knew that they would sell. They were of a larger size, so I knew that they would have done a lot well than, you know, the other sizes. But this one sold within like 2 weeks, so we love to see it. This one is a brand called Rolos. I found these at a regular thrift store. I think I paid like $9 for them. These I had really high hopes for because they were of a corduroy style. They had the flare. They're very current, and they didn't sell for what I thought they were. I did have them listed at like $75, thinking I was gonna get around 60 for them. All the offers that I got were between 30 to 40. So when I finally got this $40 offer, I sat on it for a bit just because I had 32 likes on it, and I was hoping that, you know, somebody would have came in and then, you know, sent me a better offer, but nobody did. And, you know, this next brand I also got at a regular thrift store. This is a Rebecca Taylor blouse. I was lucky enough to source something similar to this at the bins, and that one is a little flawed, and then I found this one, so I was like, ooh, let me test it out. I haven't really been hearing much about this brand, but it does retail for a lot, so of course I wanted to pick it up and test it out for myself. I think $27 is okay, but I think I initially had this listed at like $45 because I was trying to get about $35, $40 for it. Let me know if you actually sell Rebecca Taylor and do you have a high sell-through rate with it. Okay, so the next thing is this Dolce & Gabbana top. Also thrifted this at the thrift store. I'm starting to see a pattern here actually, but got these from a thrift store and I absolutely love this top. I thought it was so cute, so fitting for spring, and when I sourced it, I initially listed this at $48 because I wanted a pretty fast flip. I noticed the instant attention it got on Poshmark, so I was just kind of like, let me bump it up. And then I went and did more research, and I noticed that a top similar to this one, but in white, sold for $110. So I immediately went and listed mine at $110. This one actually sold to one of my viewers. Hey girl, hey. I never picked this brand up at the bins, but Kaylee Lane, love her channel. She talked about it, and I thought I'd go ahead and test it out. Granted, she did specify to pick up larger sizes, but I was just like, this is a beautiful dress, I want to try it out. So I picked this one up, and it was like this one shoulder situation, and I thought that it was so beautiful, and I thought somebody might like this, and one of my viewers did. So these are American Eagle kick boot pants. I have a lot of luck with these, and I think this is a great style. This one sold for $28. I did get a message. She told me that they didn't fit, and I told her that unfortunately Poshmark doesn't return for fit, but feel free to like use my photos and stuff. And I actually felt really bad because I'm just kind of like, shit, you know, because I don't want anybody to buy it for me and then they can't fit it and then like it's a problem. but I also feel like I provide measurements to like make sure this doesn't happen, you know. But yeah, the next one is this Outdoor Voices dress. Honestly, y'all, I wanted this to go for at least about $40 to $50, but I received a $32 offer. I also sat on it, and since I got it from the bins, I was like, you know what, I think a quick profit is not that bad. And this was flawed at the straps, so I was just kind of like, I might as well go ahead and let it go. Somebody is, you know, shooting their shot. This one was a St. John's piece. I honestly feel like I should have priced this a lot higher than I did. I don't think I considered the fact that my bot was going to be sending a 22% off. So when I initially list my items, I price them at a price that I would like them to be purchased at, or maybe, you know, $5–10 off. So I had this one at like 72 or 68. I don't even know where my mind was at when I priced this, but Poshmark sent them an offer and they accepted that $43. And honestly, since we are in spring, white jeans, white pants, white bottoms are really in right now. So I feel like I could have got a lot more, and this is a reasonable size. It was like a size 8, which is a great size. But yeah, I can't really be too much upset about it because I did get it from the bins. But moving forward, I'm going to make sure that I price these types of items a lot higher, and then I just wait, you know, for the right buyer to come along. The next one is actually a bundle. I wanted to get a little bit more for both of these, but I realized that once I did like closet clear out, the prices were dropped down lower. So then once they sent offers to, you know, the likers at 22%, this person messaged me and it's like, hey, you know, the 2 items that I liked, if you can actually give me that discount that you sent me on both of those together with discounted shipping, I'll go ahead and buy it. So I was like, of course. So I bundled them and the price came out to $30. So she got these 2 items for $30 and discounted shipping, and both of these were from the bins and they both were vintage. So she did tell me, if you guys see in the comments down below, that she loved my shop and I have a great eye, and that really made me happy because I always go to the bins, and y'all know I have no style. I wear t-shirts, pants, t-shirts, leggings, t-shirts, shorts. I don't have style. So when I pick up things at the bins that are vintage, it's kind of like I'm envisioning somebody else wearing it, if that makes any sense. Like, I would never put these pieces on, but I saw these and I'm like, it's a quirky girl out there that would love this. The next one is a pair of Pilcro pants. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I got these from the bins, and when I got them I was really happy because I like picking up Pilcro. It does sell for me, not necessarily for the price point that I would love it to sell for, but it does sell. And after I was doing like my, you know, photographing and stuff, I was thinking that these were probably cut by somebody because I could not find a stock photo to save my life. And I was a bit nervous that once this person received this item, they would put in a claim like, hey, these were actually cut, whatever the case, but they didn't. So I was really happy because I still don't know, like, whoever cut them, they did a great job, but it's also kind of like this could have been an older style. And I do look up like the RN number and then the OB number that is on the tag, and I still can't find the item. I hate that so much. The next one is actually from a brand called Spiritual Gangster. I 100% will not be picking this brand up again unless I get it from the bins and then I price it really low so it can sell. But I think I got these from a regular thrift store. I can't remember how much I paid for them, but I had these for a very long time, and I mean a very long time. This is just not a brand that excites me anymore. It was at one point. Let me know if you've actually found a Spiritual Gangster and how well did it do for you. This is actually a style from 7 For All Mankind. I love picking these up, and I think since I live in Texas, the yeehaw state, these are like really popular down here because I think I've sold well over 10-15 pairs of the dojo jeans. I've been getting pretty lucky lately on finding the white stitch ones, which are their popular style, and you know, I was happy to get 70 for it because I had them listed at 90, and I believe I either sent them an offer or they sent me an offer, and we met at 70. This is a new to me brand called FootJoy. 100% will pick it up. This is definitely a great bread and butter item. I was happy because, you know, you find something, you pick it up, and then it sells fairly quickly and you're like, oh shit, like this is a great brand. So that's how I feel. Of course, I'll try to make sure that I like run comps on anything else, but I feel like their pants, this one sold too quick for me to not pick these up every time I see them, okay? The next one is a pair of Adriana Goldschmied men's pants. I love this brand. I've talked about this brand quite a few times on my channel. This is such a great brand to sell. I mean, it does great for men. It also does well for women. Of course, you want to pick up the more current styles. Although their older styles still sell, the current styles will get you, you know, a little bit more money. But I pick it all up. I pick it all up because it always sells. This next one is a frame sweater. Found this at the bins. So happy to find it because it was my first time actually finding frame that wasn't denim, and their denim doesn't do that well for me. So when I sent out offers, this particular buyer didn't buy it at the time. She asked more questions and then I answered them, and then she ended up sending me a $49 offer and I accepted it. And then the last thing on Poshmark is this Tory Burch dress. Tory Burch is just one of those brands that sit and sit and sit for me. Every dress that I've had in this brand has sat for a long time, but this one was really nice because I had just relisted it and they sent me a $42 offer and it was like $8 off my asking price. So I was like, of course. All right, so I took a brief intermission. All right, so we're gonna move on to Mercari. The first one was this Talbot's wool blazer. Found this at the bins and I picked it up because I was like, this is beautiful. And when I checked comps, I was like, oh, this is great. I saw a few of them listed like over 60 bucks, some at 40, some at 50, but I saw one that was a little bit of a larger size, this exact style, for 65, and it sold. So I was like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna price mine at. So I priced it at 65, and within a few days I received this $52 offer, and I was like, hell yeah. So that just led me to believe that I really need to start looking into Talbot's a little bit because their blazers, wow, like wow. This is not the first one that I've sold. I remember selling a linen one over the winter, and looking back on it, I feel like I could have got a lot more for it. I priced pretty low. That is something that I feel like I need to work on moving forward. Is I know that I try to price it at market price, but for the most part I just kind of guesstimate. Like if I look at comps and everything is ranging from like 30 to 50, I'll price mine at like 38. You know, because it feels like a sweet spot. But if I just price it at 48, I'll probably get $40 for it. So I gotta work on that. But this was a pretty exciting sale when it came through. The next one is this Eddie Bauer jacket. I remember talking about this one because I planned on keeping it, but I didn't like how it looked on me. But yeah, this one came through an offer. Like I told y'all before in my March recap, I literally accept all offers on Mercari because if they're from the bins or if it's an item that's set long, I really have no attachments to it. Like, yes, it can get up out of here. So I listed it at $32 if I'm not mistaken, or $35. They sent me a $27 offer and I accepted it. So this next one is actually off by $1, but I wanted to put it on here because I wanted to briefly talk about Abercrombie & Fitch. I know that this brand is like not as like popular as American Eagle, but I feel like it's kind of making a comeback. I know right now their Curve Love is what's really leading the pack, but I pick up the other stuff as well. These were a mid-rise, super skinny, and they were a size 0. I picked them up. I feel like I've been having a lot of luck with picking this brand up, but the only problem is I keep finding size 0s. 2 out of the 3 have already sold, and I was really happy about this one. I think I had this at $32. It was relisted, and they sent me a $24 offer. I accepted it. All right, so this was actually a new to me brand called Healing Hands. I was really happy when I found this one because the material felt really nice and high quality. So I was like, you know what, let me test out the brand. I did check quick comps. They were around this price point, like 18, 30 bucks. So I put this at $25, and this one actually sold the next morning, outright by no offer, no anything. So I was really happy about it. And then I ended up receiving a cancellation request the next day, and I got really kind of frustrated with it because I'm like, you didn't even give me a chance to ship it out. So I had already shipped it out at that point, and I had already made it home, and then I messaged her and I was like, hey, I've already shipped this out an hour ago. Tracking should be updated soon. And within like 3 or 4 minutes, tracking updated. You know, you get the notifications from Mercari. Got the notifications, and she never messaged me, she never said anything. So then I got the notification to like go and rate her, and I went back and forth with myself because I never like to rate people like under 5 stars, because if you didn't do anything to me, like, you're gonna automatically get a 5-star. But I noticed that my follower count didn't go up with her, you know, with this transaction. So I was like, okay, so she rated me bad, so I'm gonna take a star from her. So then I go on my rating and I put 4 stars, and then I explained everything, like she tried to cancel the very next day. Tell me why, when it was time for me to go look at what she rated me, she gave me a 5 star. She said that I did great on this, and this, and I felt like shit afterwards. Like, I'm like, this is why I give people 5 stars, because I don't like when this happened. Had she gave me a 4 star and said something, then I wouldn't felt as bad, because I'm like, we're pretty much even. But she gave me a 5 star and I felt so bad, and I'm like, this is why I don't think Mercari should do that whole little blind rating thing. Like, I feel like a negative experience is going to be a negative experience no matter what. A positive experience is going to be a positive experience no matter what. So if she would have rated me and I was able to see it, I could have rated her back at a 5 star. You get what I'm saying? Let me know if you sell on Mercari, and would you like to have like ratings where we can actually see it before we send our rating? Because I feel like that should be a given. All right, so we're gonna move on to eBay. These are a few sales from eBay that sold over $25, and this one is a Calvin Klein maxi dress. I actually just hauled this in one of my haul videos. I love this dress. I thought it was so cute, perfect for spring and summer, and this one actually sold outright, and I was really happy about it because that really never happens on eBay or any of my platforms for that matter. So this next one is also under $25, but it was pretty close. It's this Tommy Bahama dress. I actually just sourced this, just hauled it and all that, and it sold. I had it at $32 or $38, sent them a $32 offer. They sent me a $24, and I was like, of course, like, I got it from the bins. The next one is this pair of Aloe yoga pants. I personally, this is actually like a flop of a sale. I got these from a buy sell trade store. I call myself trying to get into that little, you know, world, and it was a huge mistake. I shouldn't have got them. I can't remember how much I paid. I'm sure I paid too much, and they sat for a very long time. I had them listed at like $65, thinking that that's what I was gonna get for them, but I just got so many likes on Poshmark, so many, and nobody bought them. And then I remember receiving a $23 offer on Mercari, and I accepted it because I wanted to get rid of it, because it's been here for a very long time, almost since September. I remember, because I was like, I did a video on it that I went to the buy sell trade store. So it was since September I had these. So when I accepted her offer, it said payment like issues. So I messaged her. I was like, hey, I would love to accept your offer, but it's saying that it's a payment issue. So she had the audacity to say, we'll change the price and I'll buy it like that then. Now it took me by surprise, because I'm like, is she being rude? Because if you're being rude, you really not gonna get it. And I thought about it and I set it out, and I was like, okay, I think I was having a slow sales day that day as well. So I was just kind of like, okay, Gloria, don't get your emotions into this. Just get the sale and call it a day. But then the little devil was like, girl, she was being rude. Don't give her shit. So I didn't. So I ended up blocking her because I didn't care to interact with her anymore. So I blocked her because I'm like, first of all, you don't be rude to people. Like, I know that we are just like sending messages, but it's a certain tone that you just sent by saying it like that. You could have easily said, if you can, you know, bring the price down at that price, I can go ahead and buy it. I'm having issues with sending offers and the transaction going through, anything. But you chose to be rude. So I was just like, girl, fuck you. So I didn't let her buy it, and thank God I did, because I got an additional $7 over here on eBay. Hopefully she's not the same person that actually, you know, tried to buy it, because that would be some shit. All right, so the next one is this pair of Good American denim jeans. I love Good American. I know that a lot of YouTubers talk about that the sell-through rate has went down. However, I don't really see a decline in it. I've always been able to sell their jeans between 40 to 60 bucks. I've had more luck with the larger sizes than I do the smaller sizes. The larger sizes always sell for over $50. The smaller sizes always sell for under $50. So there's something to really note. Let me know how Good American does for you. Like, do you see like a difference in price points for the sizes, or is it all the same? All right, so the next one is this pair of 7 for All Mankind men's pants. I find this brand so much at my bins. I find a lot of men's 7 for All Mankind jeans, and I pick them all up. But as of late, I've decided to stop because the sell-through rate is really slow for me, and I don't really want to sit on a lot of men's items because I don't really sell a lot of men's items, so I don't want to keep a lot of men's items. But this one sold, I want to say, I had it at $35. They sent me a $28, or I sent them a $28 offer. They accepted it, and you know, it sold. This next one is this Johnny Was blouse. Got this from the bins. I was so excited to find it because y'all know finding Johnny Was at the bins is just chef kiss. But I didn't sell it for as much as I would have liked. All right, lastly is this vintage poker game gambling long sleeve. I was so happy when I found this, just because like I was telling y'all before, when it comes to vintage pieces, I pick things up and I'm like, somebody would love this, and I picked that up and I said, this is well made, because it was actually handmade, and the buttons were so dope. I think the person that handmade this, her name is actually on the garment. She did a great job, like when it came to detail. So that is all that I have. So those are just my sales that I had that were over $25. I didn't have a lot when I really look at it, but I did make a lot of sales that were like 20, 15, 18, 17, like pretty much that price point. But I'm really on track to this month becoming such a great month for me, so I want to keep that up. So since I've been doing this binge stuff and turning into a volume seller, I noticed that I'm making a lot more money, and it's crazy to think about, because if I was selling like items that were higher, I would have to wait for them a little bit longer to sell, because it's a certain price point threshold that I need, versus me being able to accept somebody's offer that's a little bit lower than what I would like, but I can still get it out the door because I'm bringing in so much inventory. So I feel like me changing my business model to being a volume seller has really zhuzhed up my business in a way that I'm so happy for. And then the way that my eBay is performing, amazing. But I'll talk about it more in my April recap. So if you guys think you might be interested in something like that, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because I just started doing recaps, and I'll link both of them down below. But they have been my favorite videos to film, because with each recap I'm tweaking something to help the next month, and it's really fun to watch and see my growth. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one. ♪